Breaking news! Breaking news!
Franklin Armory and FRAC sue Merrick Garland and the ATF. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, Wolverines, and happy afternoon. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and I am nominated for a Gundy. I really don't have too much of a chance of winning, but you can go ahead and vote for me at thegundys.com. I'm going up against a bunch of great creators like Guns and Gadgets and others, so I don't have a real good chance, but hey, who knows, maybe. Let me know down below what you think my chances are of winning. Also, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it out to all your friends. It means more to me if you do that than winning a Gundy. Today, we're going to be talking about what's going on in North Dakota. And a federal district court in North Dakota, Franklin Armory, which is the makers of triggers like this. This is a binary trigger that's going in my MP5, and the Firearms Regulatory Accountability Coalition, which is also known as FRAC. It's a bunch of companies that work together to keep the ATF on their toes and accountable for their regulations. They are suing Attorney General Merrick Garland and the ATF over a couple different things. One is a misclassification, and the other is regulatory delays. Let's go into the misclassification first, because that is interesting, and it holds something in there that we haven't seen. Franklin Armory made something called an FAI 15 antithesis. And the thing about that is it's unknown. The ATF classified it as a SBR under the GCA and the NFA, which it really doesn't meet the definition of a rifle. A rifle is a device with a rifled barrel that expels a single cartridge. What makes the antithesis so unique is that it shoots 45 long Colt and 410 shot shell, which means it expels multiple projectiles out its barrel because it's shooting a shot shell, and it's not smooth bore, it's rifled, so therefore it does not meet the definition of a rifle under the GCA or the NFA. So how can it be a SBR? One of the things that Franklin Armory wants is the ATF to go ahead and to reevaluate the rifle by using the law. And they want a judge to order the ATF to do that within 30 days. So they think that the antithesis falls outside the GCA and the NFA purview for a rifle. And by the definition of the law, they are absolutely right. Whether a judge will see it the same way as they do, who knows? They kind of claim that the ATF is being capricious when they did the classification of the antithesis. But we will see if a judge orders them to go back and review it on the merits of the law with the evidence that is provided. If they do, then it is not a SBR. So therefore, it should be able to be sold without going through an NFA, without anyone having to get a tax stamp. The second question is that when Franklin Armory submitted the Reformation, which is another Franklin Armory firearm, the Reformation was classified as a short-barreled shotgun, or SBS, under the Gun Control Act, or GCA, because it has a barrel less than 18.5 inches and has a smooth bore. But when we talk about the NFA, the National Firearms Act, that's where it gets interesting, because under the NFA, it is not considered an SBS because it has a smooth bore, it has a short barreled, but it expels a regular cartridge. It doesn't expel a shot shell, and under the NFA, a shotgun has to expel a shot shell. And since it fires a proprietary cartridge or a standard cartridge, it is not an SBS, which is a short barrel shotgun, under the NFA. Therefore, it's only regulated under the GCA and you don't need a tax stamp. But when Franklin Armory submitted this to the ATF, there was no process in place to actually register a firearm for sale so it could be transferred across state lines, sold, and everything else to non-licensees without having a tax stamp, because it's, once again, not an NFA item. So in 2017, this is when Franklin Armory submitted it. 2019, the ATF stated that they were going to come up with a procedure that will allow companies to register these things for sale to the general public. And that was 4 years ago, and the ATF has yet to come up with a process. Moreover, it doesn't even look like they've even started to try to come up with a process. They basically just put it on the back burner and forgot about it, or decided not to deal with it because it does get around their pesky little laws. But it's not actually going around the law. It is by the letter of the law. Too bad the law is stupid and the ATF is stupid, but hey, who knows what else is new. So Franklin Armory wants the judge to order the ATF to come up with a process within 30 days. They are claiming irreparable harm because that's a lot of research to put into a firearm that they cannot sell. And with that in mind, think of all the sales that they have lost in the last 4 years. They could be making money hand over fist. And they're not, because the ATF has decided not to do their job. So will they win on the district court level? I don't know. This is just being filed today. We will see what happens. Jay Jacobson, who is the president of Franklin Armory, talks about how the ATF egregious inaction and overreach has led to this lawsuit, and I agree with them. So let's see what happens. Franklin Armory and FRAC are being represented by Wiley Rain, which is a powerhouse law firm in DC. I know some of the lawyers over there, and they are freaking fantastic. In fact, I'm pretty sure a few of them, at least one of them, is watching this video right now. So hi, how you doing? All right, guys, that is it for me for today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keeping the fight. Read my article over at AmmoLand for more information on this, and peace. You thought I was going to say Wolverine's mother